Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is me, Jason, aka Titans Daily, and welcome back to another episode of Sports Digest. Today is episode 7, where I will be talking about the Tennessee Volunteers and how I think they'll do in the 2025 season. So, obviously, first things first, we lost a lot of players in the portal, as you can see here. Here, let me minimize my webcam real quick so you guys can see a little bit of who we lost. Put that right there for right now. But so the people that are going out is Jacoby Thomas, Larry Johnson III, Aiden Bussell, Christian Charles, John Slaughter, Nico Iamaliava, Dayton Sneed, Keith Perry, Squirrel White, Holden Stays, Charlie Browder, Gaston Moore, Jason Jenkins, Christian Harrison, Cameron Selden, Nate Spillman, Nathan Leacock, Luke Schaus, Chaz Nimrod, Ryan Dameron, Jordan Matthews, Jalen Smith, Caleb Webb, Khalifa Keith, and Vyson Lang. People coming in: Colton Hood, Joey Aguilar, Josh Shell, Sam Pendleton, Amari Jefferson, Star Thomas, and Wendell Moe Jr. I also have the schedule up here just because. First thing, we also lost a lot of players to the draft, like James Pierce Jr., Dylan Sampson, right? Was Dylan Sampson? Hold on. Am I thinking of the wrong person? No, yeah. Dylan Sampson we lost, which is a big loss because he was our best running back. And we lost Cam Seldon. No, Cam Seldon's. Wait, is it Cam Seldon? Yeah, Cam Seldon's going to be our running back 1, probably. This is not accurate right now, but it's probably going to be Deshaun Bishop, probably Peyton Lewis, if I were to guess. So yeah, it really does sting, but I think we'll rebuild really good. I think we're going to get a good amount of wins this year. Some games stand out to me. Like, I will tell you which games stand out to me. The first one that does stand out to me is the Syracuse game at 12 o'clock. That is the first week 1, which is usually the last week of August, maybe the first week of September, but it's the last week of August for our sake. Week 0 is in about 2 months, so the first set of games, that's what week 0 is. It's basically like August 23rd, I think the first game is at 12. It's like Kansas State versus someone. I haven't looked at the schedule fully, but yeah. I also don't plan on doing a weekly prediction or a weekly picks for college football because there's way too many games, and that would just be too much time. That would take so long, and I don't have time for that. I'm just gonna do the NFL one, so because it's much fewer games, only 16 games a week instead of 50 like college football. So because you got all the divisions: Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, NAIA, JUCO, all that stuff. There's so much. All right. Anyways, let's get to the schedule prediction. So first one right here, Syracuse. It's in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It is the marquee matchup on ABC. I don't know who's going to be doing the call. It's probably going to be I forgot his name. Kind of looks like Bill Burr. That crew. I doubt it's going to be Kirk Herbstreit, Chris Fowler. I doubt it. Or is it? No, it is Chris Fowler, right? Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit are not going to call this game. I doubt it. So I think we'll beat Syracuse with Davey Aguilar. Is that his name? Joey Aguilar. Oops. Already messed up on the name. I think Joey fits pretty well. He's going to have a little struggle, but I think we'll do just fine. So we win this game at Syracuse. Next game versus ETSU, 3:30 on ESPN Plus. I think we also win this game. It's ETSU. We kind of kicked Chattanooga's ass last year, 59-0. If you guys remember that, it's a really big game. Not big in the sense of how big the game is. Like literally, like it's not a big game. You're going against the SoCon team. That's what ETSU is here. But I think the Vols take this one. So far they're 2-0 so far, and then this is where the schedule gets a little dicey. So versus Georgia, playing Georgia early, that's when they're the most vulnerable. I think it's a 3:30. This is probably going to be a Kirk, Chris Fowler game, if I were to take a guess, unless there's a better game than this, but I doubt it. I think it's going to be Kirk, Chris Fowler calling on this game. So I think we do lose this game. So if you're keeping track at home, it's 2-1. And then versus UAB, I think we win that game. It's another early kickoff game at 12:45. I think we do win that game. On that Saturday, third Saturday in September is UAB. So I think we do beat University of Alabama at Birmingham pretty convincingly. I really don't see any of their players that would do well against us. Who knows? They might upset us. I don't think so though. They're pretty bad. So far 3-1. Mississippi State at Mississippi State in Starkville. That is a tough place to play. However, I think we do win this game. Then we go to our bye week, October 4th. Rest up, get our players healthy, get them mentally sound, make sure the game plan's correct. Then we play home to Arkansas, who we lost to last year, which really sucked. That really tanked our playoff seed. So if we would have beat Arkansas last year in Fayette, is it Fayetteville? University of Arkansas. Fayetteville. Yeah, it is Fayetteville. Okay. Yeah, so if we would have beat them last year, we probably would have been a higher seed and we would have a home Neyland Stadium playoff game. But I think we beat them this time. We get revenge. 5-1 so far. And then we play at Bama. Now, this might shock a lot of people, but I think we actually win this game to go to 6-1, preparing against Kentucky. Third Saturday in October is the primetime matchup. Probably it might be a night game. I don't know yet. Obviously, it's to be determined as of June 18th, 2025. It's to be determined. So I think it's going to be a night game. I think it's going to be a 7 o'clock kickoff game. ABC, Chris, Kirk are going to call the game. Yeah. Next thing. So far, I have them right now at 6-1, right? 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1. Yeah. 6-1 heading into Kentucky. Lexington's a hard place to play as well. Same thing with Bryant-Denny. Bryant-Denny's a really hard. Well, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium is pretty tough to play in, but I think we beat Kentucky, so 7-1. Then Oklahoma. I think this is going to be a tough game to play with everything that's going on with Oklahoma right now. I don't know what even is going on right now at Oklahoma. They're probably going to start Jackson Arnold. See their schedule real quick. Oh, interesting. Anyways. They still got that Red River every year, which is tough. Texas usually comes up top. I think the early national championship favorite is Texas. So, just saying. Texas, hey, they're going to win a lot this year. I'm going to look at Texas's schedule after this. So, 7-1. So, I think we do lose this game to Oklahoma. So, 7-2. Beat New Mexico State at 4:15. This is another must-win game, 8-2. Same thing with Florida. I think we do beat Florida in Gainesville for the first time since 2006, 2005. When was the last time Tennessee beat Florida in Gainesville? 2003. Wow. September 20th, 2003, and the Vols won 24-21. Wow. That's crazy. I think we do beat Florida. So what is that? 9-2. Be 9-2 at this point, and then we beat Vanderbilt at home. I believe that their quarterback said on Bustin' with the Boys that that Vanderbilt's gonna smoke Tennessee this year, but I highly doubt it. I see us going 10-2 this year. Honestly, 9-3 if I count Alabama as. You know what? I'm gonna count Alabama as a loss. I think we do lose to Alabama in Bryant-Denny. That is a tough place to play, and that place gets really rowdy, really rocky. So I think we do finish the year 9-3. Calm down. 9-3 is not bad. It's a good bowl game. So let's see what the schedule is for Texas. So let's see what Texas is working with, wherever they are. Where is Texas? There they are. Okay. Schedule. Let's see. at Ohio State. That's going to be a fun game to watch. Yeah. And then they have 3 straight home games. This is like a cakewalk right here. These 7, 8 games before Georgia. That's a cakewalk. Yeah. I think Texas could win the SEC with this schedule. I'll see Georgia's schedule too. So they play Marshall, Austin P at Tennessee. The only real big games is Texas and then at Tennessee. Other than that, I mean, maybe at Auburn, but Auburn's not really that good. Georgia Tech always gives them a scare every year. I don't know why, but yeah. Lost Carson Beck. That sucks. Anyways, let's go back to Tennessee real quick. Now I'm going to look at the roster real quick because I need to get my mind refreshed. So Chris Brazzell is coming back, which is very good. I really like Mike Matthews. Just a lot. He's a great player. He's an insane athlete. Another player that we lost is Brew McCoy. Unfortunately, he retired from football, which is a big shocker to me. Ethan Davis, we also, I think, might still have. I don't know. I don't think so. Ethan Davis. Let's see. Did he go into the transfer portal? No, he did not. I don't think. No, he did not. He's a redshirt sophomore. Okay. Man, this O-line is pretty good, especially with the additions of Sam Pendleton and Wendell Moe Jr. I think that's going to help tremendously with the running attack. And I can't wait for next year's recruiting cycle class, which, if I haven't shown you already, 2026, yeah, Faison Brandon. Basically has the same build as Hendon Hooker. And if you didn't know who Hendon Hooker was, do a quick YouTube search on Hendon Hooker 2022 highlights. He made a really strong case for the Heisman if he didn't get injured. And this guy right here, Gabriel Osenda, 6'7", 330. That's insane. But yeah, let's go back to 2025. Show you who's coming in. David Sanders, obviously, big piece to the line. Isaiah Campbell, Sean Brame, Marion Dye, Travis Smith Jr. All these players are going to contribute at least somewhat to the Tennessee Vols team in 2025. And this is just my notes, by the way. I might read them. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the schedule. What do you guys think that the Vols are going to do this year? If you think they're going to do pretty good, let me know. Let me turn off Google real quick. Just real quick. I'm sorry, Google. Oh, man. All right, let me put myself... There we go. There we go, like that. So I can do this. And then I can do... Bam. Okay, let me put myself right here. So basically what I have in my notes is what I was going to talk about today. So the recap of 2024 is basically where I want to start. So we closed our year with a 10-3 record. We lost to Ohio State 42-17, which I know that sucks. But we did have the leading rusher in the SEC with Dylan Sampson. And he had like 1,500 yards and 23 touchdowns or something like that. Insane for a running back. The biggest news this offseason was definitely Nico Iamaleava transferring to UCLA, because how much media hype that got was insane. And Nico really just left for, he tried to get his bag, but he didn't really get much. He could have made more if he stayed than he would have if he transferred to UCLA. So that's Nico's decision. That's really his parents' decision. I think his dad really had a big influence in deciding whether or not for him to stay or not, and I think his dad told him to leave. Same thing with Madden Iamaleava. I think he left either Ole Miss or Mississippi State and, chased a bag with Nico, but they didn't get much because those California taxes will get you. That's like 30-40%. It's insane. Yeah, but I am excited for Faison Brandon to come in 2026, and I'm excited for the quarterback room of George McIntyre, Jake Marklinger, and Joey Aguilar. That's gonna be really fun to watch. Plus, we revamped our whole offensive line. Getting David Sanders was huge. Obviously, the biggest loss in our offensive line was Cooper Mays, which does suck. And I think we lost John Campbell Jr. I'm not 100% sure on that. I might look it up right now. John Campbell Jr. Does he still play for the Vols? He's a redshirt senior. So I'm not 100% sure on John Campbell Jr., but he might still be playing this year. I don't know. But we do have like a bright spot in edge rushers like Dominic Bailey, Jermod McCoy. That's a cornerback. We lost James Pierce and Omar Norman Law to the NFL last year. Omar Norman Law went to the Chiefs, and James Pierce Jr. went to the Falcons. We lost Amari Thomas, unfortunately. I think we're ultimately going to be 9-3, only losing to Georgia. Yeah, Georgia, Alabama, and maybe Florida. I don't know if I want to say Florida yet, though, because DJ Lagway is a good player. He's insane. He's definitely like a Heisman favorite, along with Lenore Sellers from South Carolina is also really good. He's really up there. But my biggest matchup for the year is probably at Alabama. If we can win that game, pure cinema, right? I think the biggest question mark would be quarterback, because leaving outgoing Nico and incoming Aguilar is a new chapter in the Tennessee book, to say the least. And I think you really got to depend on the running backs like Peyton Lewis and, Deshaun Bishop, and making sure they can, equal reps, kind of the way that Jalen Wright and Dylan Sampson did in 2023, if you guys remember that. And, I think Tennessee also has a pretty tough schedule on their hands compared to some other SEC teams like Texas or Georgia. So, some other things I really want to note. The biggest improvement, though, was reloading our defensive line. I think that was our biggest glaring need. Defensive line is one of the most important positions in football, I think. And if you rebuild that, you should have a really good team, because the old saying goes, if defense wins championships, and, that can be true for a lot of things. So, yeah, probably going to end it here. I know it's a little bit short, but I hope that's okay. That was my basically 2025 Vols outlook. I think they'll go 9-3 this year. Maybe 10-2. I would say their floor is about 7-5. Their ceiling is about 10-2. But I feel more lenient towards the ceiling than I do the floor, because I feel like with the new additions and veteran leadership, coaching, more game planning, more preparing, I think Tennessee can really, really shock a lot of people this year. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button down below. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on whenever I post new videos. And with that, episode 7 of Sports Digest has officially concluded. Hope you all have an amazing day. Bye-bye.